Ho Chi Minh City was known as Pearl of the Far East. The city is still in the lead of the country's economic development. Geographically, being located downstream of the Saigon-Dong Nai Basin and bordering the South China Sea, Ho Chi Minh City is tremendously affected by climate change and sea level rise. Water, the source of life for human beings, suddenly becomes a threat to those lives. As we're building up our career and our family on this land, we have witnessed floods that are drowning the livelihood of so many residents. Flooded streets, cautiously moving vehicles, traffic jams caused by floods and heavy rains. The way from home to school or vice versa seems to get longer to these school children. People trying to make ends meet fall into even greater despair. Wastewater makes lives suffocated. From our perspective, overcoming these floods is something that everyone and every family always dreams of. In recent years, there have been various flood prevention projects such as irrigation channels, barriers, embankments, and drainage systems along rivers which have greatly reduced the flood damage. However, because of the climate change, heavy rains and tides make the situation even worse with greater floods. Currently, Chungnam Group, with thorough research conducted by engineering experts, have unanimously agreed to determine several key objectives for flood prevention. Control mechanism of tides and take initiative to act upon the climate change. Regulate the water level in river channels actively. Improve the surrounding environments and water quality in working areas of the projects. Solutions have been identified as installation of large-scale drains for tidal control in affected areas, especially 6 elementary ones in the city. 1. Bang Nghe Drain. 2. Tan Tuan Drain. 3. Phu Xuan Drain. 4. Mung Chui Drain. 5. Kei Ko Drain. 6. Phu Din Drain. With a total length of 7.8 kilometers of barrier in key areas which will be under construction at the same time. The construction of these 6 large drains for tidal control are from 40 to 160 meters wide and minus 3.6 to minus 10 meters deep. These pumps with mechanic power of 6 meters squared per second have been installed at Ben Nghe Drain with 2 pumps, Tan Tuan Drain with 4, and 3 at Phu Din Drain. This model has proved its success and effectiveness at Thi Nghe Drain, which brings positive impacts and changes to New Loc Channel. These drains are being operated based on the ideas of simplicity, logic, and efficiency. In rainy season, drains open if the water level in the channels is higher than the one in the rivers. Drains close if the water level of the rivers is higher than the one in the channels. These pumps will start their function of draining excess water. In dry season, Drains open if the water level in the channels is higher than the one in the rivers and the water level of the rivers rises by 0.6 meters. Drains close if the water level in the channels is 0.6 meters higher than usual and the water level of the rivers is higher or equal to the rise of 0.6 meters. Keep fundamental water level when tides are low by closing storm drain doors if the water level in the rivers is 0.6 meters lower than usual. The waterway traffic will remain intact when the drain doors are open. Watercraft are still able to get through docks while the drain doors are being closed. With a total length of 7.8 kilometers of barrier in key areas which will be under construction at the same time. And our dream will come true upon the completion of these drains and barriers which bring healthy effects to the environment. No more flooded areas with contaminated water. The flood warning index will be lowered more often. Cleaner river channels. No more traffic jams upon the event of tides and heavy rains. Improvements on the cityscape and tourist attractions. Return of civilization and attractiveness to the urban areas of the city. Faces radiant with smiles will come back, for our dream has come true. Jungnam Group. We're pleasantly looking forward to seeing you at the grand opening in 2018.